Why is it that 85% of people fail to achieve their goals? What I'd like to do is actually share with you some strategies and some ideas that came out of a PhD study that was conducted by Dr. Stephanie Burns in the areas of goal achievement. What the study showed is that there's 4 phases to any goal pursuit. I want to talk you through each one of those phases right now. The first phase is the selection phase, where we actually pick our goal. If I asked you to think about something in your life that you want to achieve, how do you feel when you think about the achievement of that goal? Ultimately, the study showed that the emotions are actually quite positive, because what we do is we step out into the future and we see ourselves already being that person. So the emotions are actually quite positive. However, what the study showed was that as we approach the start date to the goal, where we need to start taking action, the emotions change to be quite negative, because all of a sudden we start thinking about all of the things that we've got to do, all the things that we've got to give up, and all of the effort and time that needs to be put into achieving that goal. Most people, or 85% of people, fail to achieve their goals because many of them don't even start. How many goals have you got on your list of to-do things that you haven't even started? If you're fortunate enough to push through that selection phase and overcome the negative emotions, well, you hit the beginning phase where you need to start taking action. And this too is also a risk, because ultimately what we do is we start to compare ourselves to other people. If your goal is to lose weight and you turn up at the gym, what we tend to do is we look around the gym and we start to compare ourselves to all the people that look amazing. And all of a sudden we have a realization about how far we've got to go until we achieve that goal. 85% of people fail to achieve their goals within the first 3 to 6 weeks of actually commencing. If we're fortunate enough to push through those negative emotions, then we hit the middle, repetitious phase. This too is also a risk, because it's the boring, repetitious phase where we have to do what we've learnt to do over and over and over again. If we're fortunate enough to push through the negative emotions on that phase, then we hit the completion phase. And this too is also a risk. How many goals have you started but you haven't actually finished? Perhaps you've taken a 3-year university course and never took the final exam. How many goals have you started that you haven't actually finished? So the study actually showed that there's a number of strategies that we can adopt to achieve any goal. And in the next video, I'm going to share what those strategies are.